Yeah. So no, it's just a bit worse, but not that I would like the last time, like, is there even something you can take when you have this kind of cough at the end of Corona?
Mhm.
I wouldn't also, so like, I don't think, I hope it will be over soon. So last time I had for weeks problems. So in 2020, I had for weeks problems with throat and kind of well, with the voice as well. But I hope this time will be better. Yeah.
Joint paint much?
Yes, like I had joined both times as well. So like a flu. So like, what is that? The grippe, right? So, but I I think I just had a proper grippe with joint pain like 2, 3 times before in my whole lifetime, and back then I didn't have the other issues with my back, so it wasn't so. Yeah, that's it's quite annoying. So everything like, yeah, is so I'm kind of uh, belong to the kind of group that is maybe a bit more uh, like susceptible to this. Like, yeah, but I don't think I'm part of the high risk group because of it. But yeah, for me it's bad. Yeah, the joint pain is bad. Yeah, but
And
yeah.
just do you taking antibiotics or just paracetamol types?
Nothing. So like, I don't think that would like, Corona is a virus, so you cannot really treat it with antibiotics, right? So no, I don't think there is something. It's just what surprised me is that there was a lot of snot, and in 2022 there was like that mutated the variant. I guess, right. So now it's a
Yeah.
bit, yeah. But otherwise, like, um, where are we at? What are like, so I kind of tried to start summarizing again what are like the main ways to kind of, with this game, acquire a soul stone or parts of it, right?
Mhm.
And so where do you think are the biggest open, uh, not necessarily just questions, but um, like where do you think it is the most kind of problematic, unclear for you?
Um, Actually, nothing is problematic now. Just I need to know more. Actually, you give me enough, but after that, I need to study more about this. Just everything clear from you.
Well, that's good, because another issue was that it's not that my my motivation fell apart. So that was much more of an issue um, before 2020, especially. But I'm not that hopeful that I will change much. So, like, in my family, very tricky, and like people around here at my age, the
Mhm.
ones that would like get it the fastest, they are this busy, right? So they will not they will not look at this, and like well, for someone that has a kind of proper job, they earn like 120 a year, right? So when they have like a PhD or something, and I would actually need someone kind of working at that level for roughly 8 months. So for them, 30,000 isn't enough to lift a finger, basically, right? So yeah,
Right.
it's not that easy to yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, we are talking too many steps. So when I'll know deeper, when I'll make understand better for myself, then if I find any question, I have many, but I can't make right now specifically.
Yes, and so
But I'll do it. Yeah.
if you can do it again, like so that first attempt, which um like with those like 200 pages or what it was, but like
Hmm.
ask the questions like to AI tools, right? And if
Hmm.
you think it's something um you like learned so it doesn't matter if it can answer it, so maybe collect that, and then like the questions that it cannot answer, so those are the most important ones, yeah. And I think because it's about this lit RPG fantasy, so it's maybe not the worst idea to kind of see it like I don't know. So like they get well in those books they often get like initially so they kind of have to unlock their status or something, and like I don't know, like then there is a rarity attached to like the I don't know the cards or the class or whatever they can unlock, or a skill or something. And I think it's not that different. So initially there is really so much available already on the internet. The issue is more that you don't kind of waste too much time on the stuff that like will not get you to like the S class, right? So it's but you kind of have to find a good combination of skills, right? And so um, again, I think this is most helpful if you are um, not. So I mean, for someone like in their well, before they decide, so in their early teens. So if they don't
Hmm.
have a, a dream yet, right? So if they are already kind of decided on, then this is more something you might uh, need when you are kind of in your second part of so like when you often they have too much time, are lonely, well in their 40s or later, right? But then it's more, and that's a good thing about, in my opinion, both. So like science or music, that can be
Hmm.
something you can do in later years. You will not be
Hmm.
the quickest, but like if you kind of acquire the skill to and you are like with Walter Gehring, he was the most kind of fascinated with like over 70. So
Mm.
then yeah, but other things like ski jumping or something, like and esports for the most part as well, uh, chess as well. So this is basically they are at their best in their early 30s or even late 20s, and so this is not really that. I don't know. I wouldn't be satisfied, and like there are examples like Kramnik and so on, like to be old and to accept that you are now on the sidelines. I don't know, yeah. So like, and this is why I don't think it's the best idea to invest this much in chess. And I think outside of India, this is basically what already happened. So this is another kind of bubble. It's not gonna stay relevant because why should it? This is not. It is not like might be good as one lesson in like early elementary school to learn a game like chess, but the rest is not very will not bring humanity forwards at this point, right?
Mhm. Um, I want as I want some skills on instrument. I never used any instrument, only guitar. Just testing. My friends, that just I tested, but my first fascination was on the flute. You know,
Yeah.
the flute, the musical flute. Somehow I liked math, but the problem not only flute, any other instrument. The family I belong, they are not strict, but they're not easy. But I have the space to do anything that this is I created. Um, so, but uh, nowadays I messed around with parents many times, but if I play now in my house, they will not say anything, but they will not like it, and they will think that maybe he is in a bad way going. So I will I have I very much I want to learn one or two instrument. I'll try at least. I will when I will go outside and take extra room. I'll definitely try.
Yes, I mean, this is. I didn't know that it is um like that. I really didn't know that this is kind of not considered. So even more than chess, this kind of early education in music is just the best. Uh, like this is the best you will have the most like a combination of that you like a flute and like singing and that you kind of learn to read scores, right? So another language. But I guess this is
Another thing is, the things I choose, this is way bad from other instruments like the flute. In our culture, people think that, not all, most of them think that using flute is a bad sign. If anyone using flute, they will bring sadness, bring in their life, they will
yeah.
they will suffer type of things.
I don't know. So that's like that for me was just a shock. I really didn't expect this. The flute is like we built. I remember this. We built some from well shelf basically. We built our own flutes when we were. That was actually quite. One of the last like family holidays that was not that bad because we started to build our own instruments, right? So yeah.
Yeah, I decided, but when I gather knowledge from scholars for many other things, or around my grandfather, or where I can learn, most of the people refuses this. But I have a hobby on that field, but I lost motivation for them. But somehow when I talked with you, uh, I know much better information about music and how it relates. Then my motivation comes back again, and I hope I can find a better way to convince my family. Mean others, I don't think so that much, and I will try to learn first, then I will make it in a way so that my family, at least, they will pleased. But that not for me. That I will manage a way so that they will, mm, you know, when I have a elder child, is a boy son. So there's many reason. I have to, I had to take control on this family. So uh, many things, if I, I I have many things that I can break rules, their rules, but I already did many things. But nowadays, when I tweak something, that will make me suffer too, when they will hard.
Something.
That's why
So
I do strategically.
I got one idea. So you have the pigeons, right? So
Mhm,
what you can do is I don't know if I'm still able to. Like you can with your hands you
mhm,
can kind of create a flute and then it
mhm.
sounds like a pigeon. So like uh, and my
Yeah,
brother was actually able to play his like hand
yeah. I also,
instrument in a way that like this is actually when you so for the trombone as well. So like
mhm,
you can actually practice. It makes not really sense
mhm,
when you never really play the trombone, but like because I never had time to practice the trombone at home, I started to do that actually sometimes because if you don't practice 10 minutes a day,
mhm,
the lips will bleed if you have to play. This is not the same on a cello, right? So like
mhm,
so this is
mhm.
I didn't do that, but like this is
Yeah,
something
got your point. Yeah.
it actually uh, is and like unlike with um I mean I mean it's not like in a way it's never too late to start. It's
Mhm,
just not that um yeah it's just like you will not become and so like to learn something like that, I think a YouTube video is not that bad, right? um
yeah, right.
how what can you do with like a hand flute, right? But the
Mhm,
thing is that you just get out this so imitation of a pigeon. It for me it was like, so I'm not good at whistling, so I have kind
Mm.
of, I'm one of the,
I know some simple sound only.
so I'm not really able to whistle properly because I I can't like I belong to like the 10%. I cannot roll my tongue. So this is really annoying when you want to shoot cherry stones. So
Mm.
I really cannot do that. There are most, I guess, can do that, but so in my family they all can roll their tongue. I cannot do that. But
Mhm.
with whistling, I had this. So I had to wear bracers, but my teeth were this of kind of dislocated. I was never able to whistle in like my elementary school years, and so I just hit that, and it's kind of a combination of that it doesn't work with I'm really bad at whistling. My father
Mhm.
was this scared of singing that when he was at the uh, examination, so the conservatorium. So he studied the violin, right? So he instead of singing chose to whistle. So like this
Mhm.
is another like it's you can um you can be real you can put real skill into whistling as well, right? So I think there
Mhm.
would be ways that um this is not uh as obvious as like a flute, but like I don't know, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. But it's kind of, I mean, the best is when you can do that as a child, and like ever I still
Yeah.
cannot properly whistle, but I like I think it's kind of similar. When everyone around can do it, you just want to be able to, right? And that's why it would be this important. So like around here, this is sadly, especially the ones not uh, originally from Switzerland. For them, there is not fair opportunities, and I guess, well, my father, like my father was the reason that there is so there is like a soccer club, so there is a youth orchestra and so on, but like in kind of bigger cities it was always like that. So if you want like it's part of like if you wanted to play an instrument, it's
Mhm.
basically supported, right? So it's not like everyone can uh, play an instrument around here, right? And it's even in some classes recommended in like the last years ever there is that they learn the flute or something, right? Yeah.
Yeah, here on only majority of people are love to like to listen music, but now they are not on playing. And even my parents also when I was child, they listen some very good musics, but now it is they are not listen that much, and also the new songs are not that much good. And my younger sister and brother, their voice is good, they don't have instrument, and they try in the room. Sometimes I listen, but I never thought that I like that their song, but the song they sing that I not like, but they tried, that's nice. But the instrument buying, if I gift them, that was that's not I thought, but nowadays I feel that if I can give them something, they will be very happy. Um, but the problem is the parents. I don't know how they will react on it.
Yeah, so that's often so that I mean this dynamics is not different. So like I don't know an antidote against this kind of meddling by the parents. So I mean it's really something the Bible already mentions, right? It's
Mhm,
really a sickness of mothers basically that they just cannot. Uh, let their sons, not just sons, that their children kind of do their own thing, right? So it's like,
mhm,
um, but I don't know, like it's I don't know if it's worth to kind of make it even worse. I mean, it's not like it. Yeah, I don't know. It's this unnecessary. So like in more ancient tales than the Quran, it's actually that music kind of destroys black wizardry. So
mhm.
I don't know, but I
Yeah, yeah.
think
No,
in
let me
the
add
in the
about this.
Quran that there are sometimes like wizards kind of mentioned, right? Um,
Uh,
also like
you
uh,
know,
and
music was halal at Muhammad's time too, but at some point that prohibited at some point, maybe due to bad inspiration or bad type of music. It manipulates. It's easy to manipulate people. Maybe I don't know details about it.
I don't think that
But
I think that the main
I know
reason
that. Yeah. Mhm.
the main reason might be like I mean, the truth might be in lie in the other direction. So like through music, like there are like Brahms as well. So they found kind of a way to be free, right? So not
Mhm.
manipulated. And so I think it's that the well they figured out it's better to not let them get free, then they are easier to be controlled. So, but like it is an issue. Like um, it can be something very attractive, a good singer, for example, and I mean it's yeah. So it's I but I
The
don't think
best music is
the
halal.
reason I think the reason is probably again kind of reversed. So that's the same. Well, that was the same. So in the like I repeat that. So I mean so when they invented theater again. So I mean the Greeks had. A theater scene, but like the women were never part of it, right? So yeah. So
Mm.
yeah. So that's well basically something for the most part Islam any religion at some point has to go through to kind of grow up. The problem is that Christianity never really um well, like it's not that they, in my opinion, we didn't manage this, right? So it led
Mhm.
to that they just left religion completely, and that's not that's probably not what yeah that that isn't bad. Sometimes this is way worse than nothing, right? So I don't know.
Mm.
Yeah, but
You know,
sorry.
voice music with just only voice, you can play a meaningful song that's completely halal in Islam. The great scholars are said based on Quran in their view. They say that listening much music is you know what we can say that in Bengali, we say moricha. That means, in the iron, on iron, if you put in a dry place, it loses its form. That means the soul and soul's
Yeah,
much of music. If you listen, it will go that way. And
well, this is. I mean,
and most of the people listen that way,
I
but
mean,
I
this is.
found, listen please, 1 minute. Then now in your way, now I feel sometimes that maybe that's for most of the music is bad. That's why maybe they said that way. And maybe the your way listening of music, understanding of music, maybe that's the one way or similar way are open. uh, but sometimes I feel that.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I don't understand. So there will be, I guess, Shakira concert for free or something where 2 million are expected, and
That
I
what's the
would have.
song name?
So this is one of the most famous like pop pop
Workout.
pop. Also Shakira, right?
Oh.
Is even more famous than Britney Spears nowadays, I guess, right? So it's one, but
Mm,
I wouldn't be able to. I wouldn't be able to. I don't know, like this kind of culture, this kind of music. I never understood, but I guess to be like or mein, there was a Taylor Swift concert in Switzerland a couple years ago. That was
mm,
a multi-million, like for the economy event. So they are kind of missing that biggest like so the biggest audiences they no longer have in Switzerland at the moment. So they yeah. But do you know so the Swifties, so this cult, or you didn't hear about any of those three? Britney Spears,
mm,
Shakira, Taylor Swift.
Definitely. Now, I listened a lot, but in 4 years, I listen in my cultural song. I find something near about me. I don't know. I know worldwide, but in my culture, there's many type of songs. So I figure out this type of things nowadays.
No, no. So there it's
Different.
not like there. There is more the other side of this. So like for me, I tried. I listened. I listened to this music. I read even a text of Britney Spears, but I find it
Mm,
this bad. The only thing that I can see is that they have pretty dancers, right? And
mm,
I don't understand why this is such like such such a big thing. It's for me. It's I even understand it less than like the fascination for soccer in Brazil, right? I just don't see why. But it's a thing, and I think it's better than like at least those are peaceful events for the most part, right? Um, so I don't really see that it is harmful but I don't get it. Like I don't get how you can be like if I would be I wouldn't endure this if I was not under like uh, drugs. So it's just I don't get this. But for the most part, it seems that uh, well humans want kind of this type of music, and I don't get it. I don't get it at all. And yeah.
And you are talking about Shakira Britney Spears music.
Yeah, I mean the hype
Yeah,
about why
the
so many.
same issue, same
So
issue.
so there I don't see why you have to kind of prohibit this, but the issue is like I I don't I really don't get I don't get why it's for me it's all like well I think even Michael Jackson has more kind of substance to the music. But
Mhm.
there, I still, so I, I mean, this is something that run when Michael Jackson was still alive, that run everywhere in our like stores and everywhere, right? On the radio, all the time. So it's like you just
Mhm.
pick that up, right? And um, uh, I, I don't understand it. So and not even like I'm not at all impressed by this kind of dancing. I never got that part either. So it's like I don't get this either. But there I can kind of understand that like um there is more like I guess there is more skill to it. That for me it is another issue that like there are those stories with child abuse that got revealed later, and so
Yeah, yeah. That's the issue.
I can
Do you
understand that.
think?
Yeah.
Do you think he did some wrong thing? They spread by media, or think that's genuine. He did that, or that's the part Michael Jackson wants to reveal some nature of who controls and how controls. He wants to
So
speak
my,
about them. That's the issue, or
so
what's the real picture?
my understanding is not the debate is no longer if he did those things. So he did according to like the like so kind of the media that is not like it is the issue is more what do you do with it. Like there are so many that are this love with like this in love with this type of music, and they argue he himself like suffered the most, and like you see from all the surgeries he tried and that he didn't want
Yeah,
to look black and so on. Like he
yeah.
had
That's
he had
also an
he had real bad
yeah.
mental issues and so on. So they argue they don't want to kind of prohibit this music because why should the music be attached to those things? But I don't care. I never liked it. So I never had the issue that I liked. So I guess I kind of have this issue as well with Dostoevsky. So Dostoevsky is one of the bigger Russian thinker authors, right? And he writes in a style that you have to kind of come up with your own opinion. So that's I definitely like that, right? But he is one of the when it comes to the well his goals and his worldview, like it's one of the worst you can have, right? So that the Slavic people are just better than like yeah. So but he doesn't write it directly. So he like manipulates in a way that you kind of have to come up with your own like. But so there I have this issue as well. So I don't think it would be the worst to just um, well, don't give this too much attention, right? So yeah, but it's not the same. So no one of those complete Michael Jackson fanatics. So there are not the same fanatics for Dostoevsky. It's a different. So they wouldn't like like you can kind of less silence. So yeah, I don't know, like, uh, but this is a problem.
I
So yeah.
think people who know themselves better, they will somehow get rid of that type of things. But the surface, I don't know. So I sometimes I think when people don't know about music much at the surface level, they will attracted by this. I think, and sometimes the problem is, the around of your people, if they listen English music, if you play, even my own language's music, some people thinks that he is less modern type of things and many things, and that's also reason. Many years ago I also tried with that sometimes, finally, at a level, I understand that these are good, and after that, I see that these are also not good. Many more options they are still available, better than this.
Yeah, I think it was always that this is kind of so like those. It was always kind of to break out of the well, what the so like Pink Floyd or something. It's always kind of to break out from the current system in place. And so I don't know. So the problem is that um I don't know much about music in India either. I look
India, there's many varieties of music.
I know
Yeah,
I mean I
great
looked
variety,
into
yeah.
it, but like it never like I don't I don't really get that either. So I don't get it. So
We are, most of the people are listen music, we are trying, the my way, ways are the best form. Before I meet you, the best form was the very good lyrics. I was finding very good lyrics and matches with some instrument music. That's was my highest form. But the music, only watching music, listening music, there's a very good form that I didn't realize before. I realized little, but now I have also, even I sometimes, nowadays sometimes I listen only musics, without lyrics, without talking. Yeah.
well, all of them are not very good musicians. So all of those biggest like the ones that kind of you always have like on so all those match they are not musicians. So they are just not able to they don't understand that themselves, right? So they just do what. So for the most part, it's not different than like the Backstreet Boys. So you have or like Justin Timberlake for me as well. So they are not proper musicians. They don't get much. At least what they perform. I don't know. Maybe they did like they studied music and they just do that because it works, but like they are not very good at it. So but it's different. So like if you have a drummer, um, I mean, that needs probably a lifetime of practicing as well, but it's not the same. That doesn't have an intrinsic message. Yeah. So like they don't really have a message. So this K-pop and all that very successful, but like it's just pretty young teenagers, and yeah, I don't know. It is.
Do you like poetry, like poem type of things? That some some poems leads to spiritual kind of things. Do you like that way?
I kind of did. So like that's why I think it was worth learning ancient Greek, because
Mhm,
you were able to read those poems and like the flow of that language. And
mhm,
well, the problem again for me is kind of since then, well, in that regard, we didn't improve that much. So like there were those I mentioned Goethe, Heinrich Heine. So there were of course uh, I read every poem by Heinrich Heine, also I found, right, but it's not necessarily how he rhymes that is on like an like that is still that he rhymes a lot, right? It's not just but his texts, the content is very good as well, right? So I don't know. So but like no, I was never that fascinated by it either. So it's like, yeah, I don't know. It's like, does it matter that much if you kind of, yeah, I don't know. It's kind of lost on. So this is something they finally were able to do. So like those very old so like papyrus, so from the time from like the bibliothèque in Alexandria and so on. So they were like, the problem was if you opened those scrolls, then they basically fell to dust, and so now they have a method that they can kind of, I guess, 3D scan. So they were finally able to kind of read it, and there again, AI or a neural network is way faster than humans alone. Like if they have 3, 4 signs, hieroglyph, they understand, they can very quickly reconstruct the meaning. The problem is that those scrolls back then, they don't have like this kind of hidden secret knowledge that's just not in there, and like the poems are not very good either. It's just what it is. And for the most part, like the Romans, um, they were they were like they write. So I mean, they had no they had no like fear of God in that for the most part, right? So
mhm,
their inscriptions for the graves, so on a gravestone, is often not really uh well, like not something we would ever put on a grave. More like that they continue to have like I don't know, sex orgies in there, something like that. Right? In that regard,
mhm,
it's a lot of very well, I mean, but well, they invested a lot more in rhetoric than we do nowadays, right? So it's kind of, I expect that those the theater scene back then was in a way, they were in a way more cultured than we are nowadays, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the issue is again, so like so because Russian, like the elite can no longer safely go to Crimea as like the main. So they kind of took over Venice, for example. So Venedig. So then you just have Russians there. They have a lot of money, and they are used to like high standard when it comes to like concert and like those cultural events, but it is a form of whitewashing the problems, and it was always like that in Roman times as well, right? So it's um like this so I mean in Moscow, like you you have basic, but I don't know how interested you are in that history, right? So, but like, I think this is not, but it's not the problem of music. So it's 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 what you do with it, or and like in Russia, this was a way to so in I guess 1917 already, when so there were basically no analphabets in Russia, also especially in like kind of big city like Moscow, and but it, like what just that people read a lot didn't change that much. So yes, they had the best thinkers to kind of fight the mess they have now, and
Mm-hmm.
no other like no other people were this familiar with those books, right? But it didn't, like the result is not, it's not just that. It doesn't, like every they would already have the books that kind of warned of what we have now with this oligarchen situation, and like this secret service with Putin and so on. But like it didn't work out either. And the the problem is that um, it cannot be all about that. So because it like music alone will not change that either. So yeah, I don't know. It's what one part is the kind of experience that you learn to play together as well. So this is such a good way to kind of practice this, and it can lead to, well, it can lead to more, but it could lead to less uh like um problems in a relationship later on as well. If you kind of have this field to practice this, where it's not like in Tanzania that all the 14-year-old girls have already are pregnant, right? So it's kind of, but like the situation that you have to perform together um, is it might be in many ways more kind of, you might be no more nervous to play like without preparation, to play before like 500 people. That might be more um in team and than like the first time, I guess, right? So it's not, you could learn a lot, and it would be a good way to do that, right?
No, no, okay. Sometimes I, I think that only voice uh, in your idea, the music is the best form. Sometimes the music I can relate to the only voice that can lead to your way. That time somehow I feel this is the thinking I in my head sometimes.
Yeah, I don't know. I hope, like, I think it could be the most direct way, but besides
You
Bach,
know,
no.
many tribes, they're not use their specific language, their language, but there's a different type of sound they make with the mouth only. And apart from that,
I think it's also like even besides Bach, there is not really someone that fully tried that and and achieved it, right? So I don't know. It's like, but I think it should be the same for critical thinking, that
Mhm.
you, and that's the only way you in philosophy as well, you have to allow every question. You have to allow every question. The problem is if you just, like, without reason have to, and that's the most dangerous. And I think, like, then you would allow all languages that are not like uh what is a language that is just evil, by, like, existing? I don't know. But like, um there might, but music is not evil because it exists. Quite the opposite. It's one of the best inventions of humanity came up with. But like philosophy as well. And the problem is that for me, the current regions where Islam kind of prevails, they are not, uh, again, they are not following the truth, right? So they don't want to allow all questions, because that would be dangerous. Then you can no longer as easily manipulate as it was as well, in the like Christian part of the world. So like up to the 19th century, that was the same. So I guess, yeah. So that's the problem for me. So and it is never a good thing to blindly accept rules you don't uh, understand on your own, right?
Mhm.
So what your
Um,
parents what your parents do is the same as my parents. They just don't want to question that, and that's not how it works, right? It
you know, the dynamics, the social dynamics here is maybe in Muslim country too is much complicated. Like if you are good enough, you don't hurt people. The major problem you don't do, which one create chaos. So if you play only music, but in a good way, in a cool way, in a room, or practicing some good things, and the music is completely prohibited in Islam, and finally people follows that. And if you play music and your all other virtues, people will not care that. People will think that you gone in a wrong way. Your other virtues, they will not value it, and this will create some issues. If you ignore that, that's fine, but this is hard to ignore.
I
But
know.
there
I mean,
are people, but still
the
hope
biggest
compared.
the
They are
biggest
in major
problem
things.
the
They do
biggest
many other
sorry.
major things, but people will not consider that.
Yeah, but the biggest problem about this is those are the biggest issues we have around here as well. It's just society has some strange like rules they don't want to question, and
Hmm.
there this is always the most dangerous thing. So that's how those souls are like everything they have other those are not rules by God, right? This is made up, and this is always the worst. Then you kind of have a different um, uh, God, right? So it can be something like a marriage, or like nothing should be above the truth, and so many things are around here, right? So yeah, I don't know. Uh,
Another thing I want to say about women is related to this, the permission in in our culture. This is not by Islam, but this is our culture. Maybe in some Muslim countries too, somehow they will stole the woman's right. Like yeah, the most important decision in our life is marriage. Who will be my partner, and I need to check, I need to talk, I need to understand. Sometimes at least people will verify, but I need to verify too. People will give it importance to men only. They will choose, they can choose, and many women nowadays, many families are open, but most of the family are try to choose a boy for their girl blindly. I choose, so you have to marry him. But Alhamdulillah, I made open my sisters that if you trust me, my choice is good. I will bring someone for you. If you don't want to choose, I will bring some proposal. Then you will decide, and you can reject anytime with any reason. A valid reason you can reject. I will respect your opinion. And I clear this with my parents too, that you have to maintain my sister's view, what they want.
I mean,
I appreciate that.
th- this is I don't know. Like I most wouldn't uh, do what you do, and I think this is very good that you give them a choice. But like the real problem for me is, why don't you trust in your women that they are the best at deciding and testing this? Because this is what is when you look at evolution, this is one of like the best skills they have, right? So why even why do you even like but I don't get
I
where.
understand. I understand that. You wanted to know that why only women? You don't need that. Only women can choose his partner, right? Um,
So I mean,
and
this is definitely something. If you look at like ape tribes and so on, like
yeah, that's why I cleared this.
it's definitely not the problem that women wouldn't be able to do the best choices on their own. So why do we have why do we like it was not that different a couple centuries ago here, right? So like why this is not this is not a good like it's not a good system in place. We don't have a good past, and it's not that hard to see that. It's probably for most they don't want to question this, right? And so like I I mean, and it is it is probably just, yeah, but I mean everything. the the question for me is why can we not grow up and like let women do what they are best at, right? So you could
Uh,
still you could
y-
still you could
right.
still as a brother or as a father kind of influence them and tell them maybe like think about it twice. I don't have the best feeling. That would be all that is needed if there is real trust, right? But this is
Yeah,
then yeah.
this is what I want to apply on my child, because you know, if I want to give the full freedom, you know, my younger sisters are and brothers are 6 or 7 years junior than me. So if I want to give them space, that space you talked, I have boundaries with my parents. But when I'm the parents of my child, I will give them, as you said.
I mean, it's
That's
not
what the
because
problem I face too.
it's not like it's I don't know, like this is something we fought for, and I think this is was an important fight. But the other issue is that many women nowadays they don't like they don't like you have a responsibility responsibility and some are just not up to the task and so I don't know it's like and like even for me the bigger fight around here is that you include everyone, not just uh, perfect families and women, everyone, and this is in our this is absolutely a pipe dream, like it is probably at the moment those ideas I had because they are this conservative, like the people around here, and that's how we will never really be free in our like and you will
You know,
never
there's no, for
will
women
never
freeness, there I have some issue.
sorry.
Completely freeness, but I can give my own daughter a space, but there's also have some limitations too, because I have some little bit different philosophy to give some restrictions on some area too. You know, in the I believe that the woman can do anything, but they have to take they have to understand the family mechanism first, what they always with so this they need to understand first, and they will do many things. You know, the society, if I say, like why I can't open some spaces for my sisters too extra, like the here the family are conservative, the women don't go outside much, they don't verify many things. That's why there's you know, I'm very open in my family, not like others. They trust me, they know that at least I can share how my choice is, and my brother will bring something and verify something for me, then I will choose five of them, one of them out of 5 or 10, I pick them, because they don't know how to verify a boy. They don't know are a boy lying, because you know, women are not free to go anywhere. They have to take permission their father or their brother, and that's why women are less capable of the things. If I don't choose for them, at least I don't help them, and the society grows them in a different way, they will choose a wrong person. Do you think I should give that also they are growing in a different way? If I gave freedom, full freedom, they will choose a wrong person maybe. And how do you think in this case, If you were me, how do you think in?
I I I don't know. So like I don't know. So like I think it is not this black and white. So like if you, for example, allow that you have experience like I don't know an music camp or like an maybe you have something similar like altar group camp. So I don't know like where girls are fully like where there is no difference, then it's not like if you teach them properly, if they are normally raised, they should be able to understand that it's maybe not a good idea to have a child when you are 12, 13 years old. So if this is a choice, you can have a, a girlfriend or a boyfriend like at the way so at that age already, and then you are much better in kind of testing this, and it doesn't have to be the like it doesn't have to be the first choice. That's why they are this bad, right? So you would need to learn this properly. Well, that would need to. So I don't know, like that is not much better around here, and so they make very bad choices. That's just a fact, and I don't know. I don't know. So like at some at some I don't know. So it's probably a good idea to because I mean if it's just that this is expected from you to kind of give them this recommendation, then it's probably the best to do this. And if they kind of have a veto, um uh, do something else. I don't know, but I mean, what went wrong is happened already, right? So that's if you really want to change the problem, you would need to start there, and it's not that different for us. Like why, um, like I think a marriage during the years, you like but that's another issue. Why are like around here? Why are children this dependent of specific parents? We Humanity would have so much better potential if we had actually a system that works for everyone, and that you don't have to be lucky that you have parents that already like uh, well play the piano, and so you encounter this, or like you have parents that already speak like 2, 3 languages fluently. So like if my parents were able to talk fluent English, and then I wouldn't have this issue now. But it's not fair. Our education system is absolutely not fair, and so that's something we would need to change. But those are um, again questions they don't, because they would need to admit that not everything was perfect, and most parents don't want that. They it's the same around here. They just don't want to think for the most part, and this is why I, I yeah.
And you know, like my family, according other people's around me, my parents are educated than theirs, and they think that they are good enough and brilliant. And but the issue was, you know, when the computer somehow I was very attracted by tech, and or mechanics, but somehow I didn't go that way initially, and and I'm I'm a little bit different, and if anyone force me, then I can do it right. But if anyone tell me that, give me space, that do it your best. I want to see. And there's, I feel very much motivation, and that's why my family are very strict about education, study, but somehow, and they are punished me much, a lot, and that's why I didn't interested by normally study education, and I did only as much I don't get hurt. That's why I just study. And my result sometimes was good when they put me in a different place. When I see that my parents are not pushing me, then I do good. But when they push me and somehow I don't do well, and when my age is like 9 or 10, before also that, I liked in tech, but 9, 10 years old, that time I took a training about computer. I like that. I even they have the ability to buy me a PC, but they didn't. Somehow they just only focused on study, just study, and why study, that didn't tell me. That time I did a course on a local computer shop. They get shocked. I learned something very basics, like memory load, music load, and something. But that didn't interesting me. But I like to play the computer. Then after many years, like 83, in English maybe O level, I don't know, 12th class, that's also I struggled to get a PC. Then when they refused, and somehow I failed in 12th class, and they are very disappointed and let me alone. That time I love my phone. I do many things on my phone. In many marketing type of things, crypto airdrop. I did many things on that, to get some free coins. If the market was good when launched, I can sell something. That's how I managed like $700 in 2 years, and then I purchased my first laptop, and that one I upgraded with your money. Uh, and that was that was changed my life actually. The laptop, then I earning with that. Then the education system, I canceled that time. After 4 years of earning, I think that I have to know more. When I see that my parents are not forcing me, then I'm started my course of diploma. Then I completed that well, because that time I love to do things, because no one to force me, because I have money to support family and many things. In our family, in here culture, if you support something, they will give you some freedom. And that's how I'm learning then other things too. And this is really what I exactly very liked, that everything I achieved on my own. No one helped me. They wanted to help me in a different way, somehow also bad way, because they want to do that in their way too. So if I want to do that work in my way, they don't accept that. That's why I feel demotivated always, and I didn't go their way. And a long time they were very disappointed at me. But when my IT experience brings some earning, then their thinking are changing, their idea are changing. They are valuing me better than before, and I have now more freedom, alhamdulillah.
Yes, I think this is definitely very good that that worked out for you, but it shouldn't be this stony of a road for everyone. And like, what? Like
You
some
know,
of
the
yeah.
sad thing is they are educated too. But somehow they want like you know the engineer. My parents' main ambition was I need to be an engineer. Anyhow, I need to do with science. If you don't read science, you are not brilliant or anything. Or if I bring any bad result, they are poking me. And yeah, after the exam, when I come to home, they take another exam, how I did on the paper, and punishes me that time. That was hard, but they're educated. But they want, they thought that I will do in a bad way, wrong way. That's why they want to strict in their way. I should follow. There's the main issue. Many people are accept that, but I don't know why. I can't. If you kill me, I can't. I will try. If you make sure that you will kill me, I will try a certain way to figure out that a solution that I can control you. Then I can live that way.
So I don't know exactly what you mean, but like when it counted, I had many situations where it was not that I so in the last years especially, it would not have changed if I was at gunpoint. I would not have known what to do. And like because there are so many situations with like the psychiatric business and so on where you are completely alone as well, right? So the parents, my family, they know nothing. They know nothing about those kind of decisions you face, and they blindly trust in the system. And but it would not have changed. So it should actually be more like that. And this is another thing you can practice in music. Like um, it's this is something Janos Starker. So this is one of the, I guess, most strict, but to himself as well, right? So like the practice regime he had, and so it wouldn't matter even if you like would like have to, I don't know, if a samurai would like kill the ones that don't put everything in it, he would not have uh, like he wouldn't done he would not have that would not a potential that he would do differently. And I think most human beings are like that. It's not that they decide bad because it's fun, right? But we don't learn that. So it's not like the problem is that the older we get, like my doctor brother as well, the more it is that they tell themselves, so later when it matters, um, I will do more. And so they postpone everything, but we don't start like that. So in our childhood, it would not have mattered. It doesn't matter what. Like I always tried my best, right? The problem is
Mhm.
that this is not enough. At some point, you need this guidance. So like you cannot resolve all motivation by putting a gun on. So this is but this kind of motivation you got by your parents is more like, that's not healthy. I mean it's probably better than nothing, but this is not, it's not efficient. So it's, the problem is that I don't know there. Yeah, I don't know. So this is, it's not like, it's not needed. Like if you actually um want to like my nephew, like when you learn to walk, so that's what he's about now. So 1 year in, right? Like
Mhm.
it wouldn't go faster if you like hit them, yeah, but this is the wrong way. It's like, but around here exactly the same. So they never find. We never have a teacher or someone to look up to that actually. So I didn't encounter them that they actually do this out of like real interest or like so most of their motivations uh are not the right ones. So it's just like
Mhm.
yeah. But I mean
Yeah.
it's nothing it's nothing new and it's never easy to like change that even if we want, right? So I don't know. It's yeah.
As of our position, we can try to improve as much as possible.
Yeah, and so that is another thing we kind of have to accept. Like we have to accept it.
I don't accept actually. Just as family members, I give priorities there more. Sometimes I do something to make them feel happy. Then I do my job. But that also takes extra energy for them. Yeah.
So I mean, this is why I like this Mohammed as it's translated kind of better as instead of like the Messiah, because
Mhm.
it's like the Messiah for a community. So it's like the goal is that you do the best out of the situation you have, right? Now,
Right. That's the
issue,
real.
my issue is that I don't know of another person in decades that like had this good. Well, I mean, they were not, but like these good teachers and like this much time, and I, it's just not, it's just not possible to like and it shouldn't be that much. It was too much. Like I so that's so that's another issue. But this is this is definitely not uh your issue, right? So even if you have all the um even if you have access to all those universities and so on, it if you're if you don't if you don't really have uh, the right mindset and the right goals, it's a waste of time as well, right?
Right.
But with those conditions, I really don't know. And when it came to poker, of course, there this is like every there you really try there as well. I tried to be and I was one of the best, right? But like this is not like you don't have it like in school that you kind of teach teach that like you keep stuff back and you kind of let them discover on their own that what you learn at the gymnasium doesn't really help much for the like physics lessons and this is not even like if it really comes to applied physics that you want to figure out so it's the same problem, right? So they kind of hold you back because but um it's not all about that. So the problem is that most don't want to be so like a proper follower of Christ would
There's a big issue. There's the big issue. I think many of them. One is the around money actually. The issue is nowadays, maybe it's all around the world. The majority I see in my places, the guardian wants You can do anything, but try to be good. But the main important thing is earn much, earn much. That's the and you have to be rich, and you have to any that type of things. And that's a very dangerous thing. To shift the real genius thinking to a bad direction.
Yeah.
Earning is good, but the only purpose when parents are teaching on this, and when they see that this boy can't earn much money on their ideas, that's the main issue there. They wants to stop the way. I see in around me this thing actually. If
Yeah.
you give them money their hand, they will. If you do wrong sometimes intentionally, and you will see they are silent. They are silent cause you want money, and that makes me sick sometimes. I can't make them understand always.
Yes. So,
But
but
yeah,
this is
yeah.
this is the problem. This never stops when the ones around, like I mean, they kind of continue this, even if it's no longer about that couple thousand change that much for them, right? So they just don't stop with this. It's one of the worst games, and like the other thing is that, I mean, it was on the 14th would have been her birthday, so she stopped all communication as well with the mental hospital visit in 2023. So I didn't
Mhm.
know her in 2020, but like also Barbara, so she has a lot of experience with mental hospitals, and her children were in the uh, orphanage, basically, Kinderheim, Speerblick hier. So a lot of those issues, and divorced with the priest. But like her, like what I found this disturbing is, so she was a dentist, and like she never met. She is like um well like nowadays, so like 13 years older than me, something like that, right? Or 15. So not really my generation. So but it started early for her as well. So she never got the kind of um uh self confidence. So her back and forth with the Eve out was not as bad as mine, because she didn't need EL. She kind of had, like, the family is rich enough, but her brothers were terrible. They didn't want that, but like you had to, so they had to find an arrangement, right? So Erbvorzug and so on. So. But like for me, she is kind of such an hero, because I know how difficult it is, but not even she herself kind of found closure with these situations. She always, like, and she told me that she sometimes has nightmares, cannot sleep because of that, because she thinks it would be so much easier if like her children would be able to tell, we have a mother that is something proper, a dentist, right? Um,
Mhm.
and that is still so like, this is sad, so unnecessary, but I have it easy because I don't have children, and like, if it's just I wouldn't be able to um I would never have been able to deal with the family with this kind of pain, and like sleep deprivation and so on. So in 2020, like, that would. So I'm glad it was this early, but like, this just shows how. it's not like so that's the problem. So we are like way behind of what should be a healthy society and system as well. So like she has like, and then that was kind of when children moved out. So that was probably not a reason that she no longer wanted that. Then she kind of had no. Then there were the dogs as kind of so. But like I mean, it's not good motivation, and it's kind of all a mental issue, but it is it is not enough. Like I don't have I don't have this issue, but I don't really know others that. So my father is kind of the same narcissist or egomaniac. So you kind of need that to play solo. But he never had the issue that he wasn't like confident that he would find uh, work or so on. But now with the same like with the same he did, and that he doesn't get. So my nephew, like he for him this is not guaranteed, even if he manages in like one direct way his PhD. That just changed. It is this faster, and you need to be more flexible. And nowadays, my father wouldn't like. But well, that's um well, you cannot learn that much from his experience. It wouldn't work nowadays, but back then it worked, I guess, right?
Yeah, and you know, somehow I get more strength. I was weaker in this scenario, but when I see that many mental issue appears in a long time going like that, then and I seek always helps from Almighty Creator, and somehow, you know, I think many people have many ways, but I have the religional things in that time from that that helps to recover from many issues in I face.
Yeah, and some of them are just yeah, kind of unnecessary, but like given by the circumstances and like yeah, so that's
Do
there
you know,
yeah.
like you see that I have a big hair on my profile picture. I'm growing my hair. There's not only I like, I also like it to grow. But and another thing is to break the taboo of a society. You know, I don't know in your area, but here if you keep long hair, people are too much talk about that. That's bad, and that's a wrong way. He's maybe taking alcohol or weed or something else, or addicted. These people are doing that, bad people. That's why they mention always like that. And um, um, uh, and I did grow up many times, and you know, now I am 30 years old. When I'm growing again, every day one or two people are talking, not behind me, also in front of me, asking that why you are keeping this long, please cut it. And I always ask that what's the wrong with it. And you know, I try to avoid that. And the Muslim culture, but they don't know the Muhammad's hair was long. But I don't keep for that actually. But sometimes I feel good but that's not my issue. The issue is you are conservative, and you are you always say like you are a Muslim, you practice Muslim, you don't maintain many of things. Even you don't know the Sunnah. Sunnah means what Muhammad is playing. If you maintain this, that means Sunnah. And people know other things, they maintain that. And if they don't know anything, they will say bad thing and many things. If I say in front of them the Muhammad's hair was long, believe me, they will silent, but they will not accept my sentence. Who don't can read, or who don't want to read, or who don't want to know more. And they are staying on silly issues.
We have the same, not exactly the same, but yes, this is like, this is, I don't know, and I don't know, but I mean, I don't think it's
You know,
it shouldn't
I
be,
am
it
too
shouldn't be
much.
this much, but yeah, I don't know, yeah.
And
So
this is a silly issue.
it's just
Telling you.
my godfather, like, he had to invent an alibi when he kind of went to a party, and so it was that he told my grandfather that he was in the earliest, like, so church you have in Einsiedeln, so that he was returning when uh like also like 6:30 in the morning, right? So if he went to a party, he kind of had to stay until like 7 a.m., otherwise that wouldn't. And then the alibi was that he was already in the church, right? And all those all those kind of things where you are just not able to be transparent are not healthy for the soul. But yeah, sorry, I interrupted.
No. Um, uh, and yeah, if you know my system more, you will you will be very what can I say, disturbing about that. A simple example is the education system here is even teacher also supply paper to copy on exam. And this is very common here from last government. They are the Indian government, the manipulated government. They wants to destroy every part of our education so that we can grow. The marks, if you really earned 60 out of 80, they will try to give you 10 or 15. They want to add extra marks so that you can feel better. But the genuine thing is well, less actually. And then as they announce our results are too good. My parents sent me a good school too. There's also I faced the same thing. And the last time preparation of the exam, yeah, I read in a private school, and finally we need to go for exam on a government school in a final exam. And our teachers are taught us how to cheat brilliantly, and many things, you know. They hired the teacher who are in the examination class. They give them money to manipulate. You understand? And this is very common here. Here who grows brilliantly, they do their own. They do their own.
Yeah, that's I mean, this is yeah, there Yeah, that's I mean it's I hope there will be more and more kind of fighting this
Yeah,
yeah.
nowadays people, nowadays people, young people are understand that these are going wrong. The issue was they are already grown with the base system. They are going, even they wants to break the rules, they will suffer. This will hit their comfortness, and they are facing the issues.
Yeah, I I think I like if it's fine, I think for me it's enough. So I'm actually doing slightly worse than yesterday with the yeah with the
Mm,
throat and so yeah.
yeah.
But like so tomorrow I like we can talk, but like I think the connection is not as good, and so I think for
Mhm,
it would be better to um like if we just use though like just like those 20 hours or what it was as the material and like um not add too much new like let's try to kind of finish this so I think
yeah, yeah.
we have more the issue that is way too much content, and now I don't know, like we should try to break it down, and so yeah. But I mean, this last part is one of the biggest issues, I guess, right? So
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah. So get healthy soon.
yeah, it should like it's not that bad compared, yeah, but it's still yeah, and like it's even harder around here because if it's not this obvious how bad the system is, there are
Mhm,
no like you don't find people that want to question and fight this, right? So it's not that was yeah. So but that, we had so it's the same. Like the best books were written when there was in Russia when there was complete censoring, right? And
mhm,
then you find ways to organize and but around here they just for the most part they just don't see how bad it is, how enslaved we are, and that
mhm.
we actually would need to fight this. But that's
Yeah.
just yeah, and they don't like the most important would be that we actually try like uh the Greek philosophers ask as well. So what would be the best but what would the best like best rightful person do? It's not all about being the uh like it doesn't mean that you earn the most. So that with the city, yeah, with the city, and I think there the Quran is not like it's on the like it would be on the same so in the bigger picture it would be exactly about this, right? So that you try for your community, and that this is for everyone, not just the ones that had like back then it was more the Jews or the Christians that had uh, a different access to books. So like everything, everyone, it should be for everyone, right? So, but yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Then have a nice day or evening.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ciao.
After.